wasn't a man at that moment. I was a bomb fixing to explode, and I did. And I still don't know why I did, but I did. And it doesn't matter if it was him. It was going to be somebody, because that is what the shoe did to me. It made me very sick in my head. I wasn't myself.
My father molested me and my sister. My mother knows how they made money. When I was 15, I got pregnant. But my parents told me he died. And now...
I hope he takes this, well, I guess. I don't know what word to use. I hope he's comforting to her.
You're the bravest person I've ever met. I mean it. And I love you. No matter what, I love you so much.
Is it possible that you threw the first punch?
I didn't.
Maybe Joe Frazier did. He was your imaginary cellmate,
He's badgering
right?
the witness.
The jury has a right to understand what happened there.
I'm trying to tell you what happened.
Well, why should we believe you?
I know I have a lot of problems, but I'm not stupid. I remember it was the worst day of my life.
So you knew? In the moment, you knew that that was the worst day of your life? That sounds like you regret what you did.
Your Honor, the counsel is testifying.
Agreed. Cease this
But
line of
how could you...
questioning.
I insist that you hold Mr. Cox in contempt. He's intentionally confused a mentally ill man to manipulate his testimony.
The jury left that testimony believing our client knew the difference between right and wrong when he killed Reinhold.
So you don't think I can come back from that?
I think you know my answer by now.
So what do the
So
rest
they
of you
haven't
think? Because this
lost
moment
it
right
yet?
now is when the best lawyers prove their worth. Closing arguments begin in 3 hours.
Okay, so they haven't lost yet. Okay, I was under the impression that they had already lost.
You've already given up on me. No one in this room believes it. I could still win this.
I think you should move for a mistrial.
You think I should throw in the towel?
It's better than a guilty verdict. During Nate Jr.'s cross, Cox referred to Senior as a crack dealer, but his arrest records show he was only arrested for marijuana. Lying about crimes he didn't commit is misconduct and grounds for a mistrial.
I've already showed my hand to the state. I'd have to build a whole new defense, and who knows if our client can even survive another trial.
But he is your face case. Losing this will hurt all of your class action appeals going forward.
Who agrees with Mr. Maddox that I should move for a mistrial?
Is she gonna do it? Or is she gonna pull a trick out of her hat and win this thing?
492,750. That's how many minutes Nathaniel Leahy, my client, spent in a cement box smaller than a parking space. Now, the prosecution claims that Nathaniel's time in solitary did not make him insane. Nathaniel Leahy went into solitary confinement for less than a year. And just days after he got out, he did something he'd never done before. He snapped, exploded. He lost his mind. Now, if you still don't think that that can happen, then I want you to put yourself in his shoes for 1 minute. 492,750 minutes. And all he heard was this. Just because I didn't go for the mistrial doesn't mean it wasn't a good idea.
Okay. Do you want me to tell Gabriel?
Why? It was your idea. You're the only one who knew this case well enough to catch that detail.
Yeah, well, it doesn't matter. The closing was great. Hopefully the jury agreed.
Fingers crossed. They need to make up.
I shouldn't have taken you off the case. I'm trying to say I'm sorry, Connor.
Professor Keating, the jury's back.
On the charge of first-degree murder, the jury finds Nathaniel Calvin Leahy not guilty by reason of insanity. At this time, Mr. Leahy will be remanded back to the care of the state until a suitable psychiatric facility can be found for him.
You told your story and they listened. This is all you.
Thank you. Oh, all's forgiven.
Yeah, you say that now, but in a few days, once the high's worn off.
No, are you kidding? How can I expect 12 strangers to forgive me and I can't forgive my own son? Huh?
All I had to do was find out where he lives. Was his building, and when I asked him how he ended up there, that some guy he hoops with told him about the apartment.
Oh,
Who the
that's
hell
why.
was he?
Well, what does this mean for the rest of your plaintiffs?
It means that the Supreme Court agrees with us, the juries agree with us, the only people who don't agree with us are the officials who run this state. And I don't blame them. I mean, we're the ones cleaning up their mess.
Is that a shot at Governor Burkhead?
I respect Governor Burkhead. Listen, she has a tough job. She oversees billions of dollars, thousands of employees, and I'm just one little defense attorney that keeps beating her in court. That can't be fun.
Bring her in. Let's see if she's got the balls to say any of this to my face.
You're having sex, aren't you?
Oh, God.
Groceries.
We're planning your joint bachelor party.
Operation Slamujama!
Pew, 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 pew.
No one told you to do that. I don't want one of those.
Well, we're doing it, and we're doing it here because we're all poor. So don't be surprised if the only stripper we can afford is me.
It's gonna be this Friday, so mark your calendars.
No, my mom is coming on Friday.
Wait, what? We said no moms until the wedding.
I know. The senior case gave me all the parent feels, and I invited your mom too. I'm sorry.
Oliver.
I'm sorry.
Oh, this is gonna be the best bachelor party ever! Just tell me where you are.
Your sisters?
Outside
maybe?
Julie's.
Yeah.
Don't do anything. I'll come right there. We can do this together.
I'm not alone. Ron drove me.
What? Bonnie, we don't even know if he can handle this.
I'll call you as soon as I'm done.
Hey.
If you're out here, I'm seriously gonna kill you.
Let's just hope he ain't dead. Already.
Oliver! Mom?
Oh, what to say to that? I don't know. Okay, so that was the end of episode 5, and we still don't know where Oliver is. Still don't know where Nate is. No, Asher's fine. He was doing Connor's mother apparently, which was all sorts of wrong. Yeah, I don't know. So, all right. So this episode actually had like 2 flashes. Like we have the flash forward with the wedding reception and all that stuff, and then we had the flash of like it was a flashback, I guess, of like a week ago, you know, at the beginning of working on not working on, but the trial for Nate's dad and everything. So my thing is though, so he won the case, so that's awesome. I'm very happy that speech that she gave, the closing argument, was amazing and powerful, I think. But my thing is, okay, so he won, but now he's going to go to a mental place, like a psychiatric place, I guess for the rest of his life, which is better than prison, but he's still not technically free. But my thing is, if he got found not guilty of the murder, then how come he was like, okay, double jeopardy, all right, means that if you've already been found guilty or not guilty of a crime, you can't be tried again for the same crime. So if he was already serving time for this murder, then how then how were they able to do this trial again? See, that's my thing. I don't understand whether or not he was already serving time for the murder, because him winning and automatically getting out of prison, and yeah, he's being moved to a different place, but seems to me he was already found guilty of this crime. So I don't know. I'm a little confused. I guess it was a retrial. I guess, I don't know. It's just, the laws are all weird and I don't really understand them, because double jeopardy to me means you can't be tried for the same thing again. So I don't know. I'm just a little confused on that, but I am happy that they won. At the beginning of the episode, I was actually thought they lost because it's just the way it sounded, but they were losing. But Annalise was able to bring it back. Connor is kind of being bitchy in this episode because he found out about Annalise lying, about how he got back into school, and stuff like that. And then she kicked him off the case, which she apologized for at the after the closing argument and everything. So hopefully they can start like mending their relationship. But yeah, and so Asher and Michaela were not sleeping together. I thought they were, but apparently they were planning a joint bachelor party. So yeah, which makes more sense than them hooking up when Asher clearly still hates Michaela, but whatever. People do that sort of thing sometimes. Gabriel was sort of annoying in this episode. Like his views on stuff kind of annoy me. Like, judging Nate because he became a cop, saying he turned his back on his people. That really annoyed me. It really did. I hate comments like that. Being a cop is what Nate felt like he needed to do, because he wanted to be a good person. And cops are good people most of the time. I'm not going to say every cop is a good person, because we know that's not exactly true. But, there are bad people in every occupation, or no occupation, It's just, there's good people, there's bad people. That's just the way the world is. And yeah, it sucks, but don't judge somebody because of what they decided to do with their life. If they try to better themselves or make the world a better place just because you don't agree with it. So, just his view was just really annoying. So, yeah, I mean, I don't hate Gabriel or anything, but he's far from being my favorite character for me. He's still very iffy. I don't know if he's Bonnie's son. I think he is, but I don't know. I mean, I know that's what the show is trying to make us believe, but in doing that, it makes me not want to believe because it's too easy. And I don't know, the way Frank is about him, I don't know. I really don't know if he is somebody else, because did Frank know about Bonnie's kid being alive? Because I don't even know if he knew that. And if he did, how come he never said anything to anybody that I know of? He's talking to somebody on the phone. That's not anybody we know, at least as far as I know. We don't know them. So I don't know. It's just very convenient for Gabriel to be Bonnie's son. But now Laurel's like on to Frank. And so I wonder if Frank's going to tell her what's going on. So yeah. I don't know. I enjoyed the episode though. I hope you guys enjoyed my reaction. If you did, please give this video a like. If you have any suggestions and anything you'd like me to react to, please leave that down below. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.